Hey, it's Michelle Butt, and it's time for another Fun Fact Friday. And this Friday, we are expanding on the chat we started last week about eyes. And if you remember, last week we talked about the eyes being the indicator of how open-hearted or open to communication someone is. So what happens if someone has more narrowly held eyes, or if they're looking at you and they're narrowing their eyes? What does that mean? Well, that means potentially that in that moment, they are less open to communication, less potentially trustful of what is going on, and potentially more skeptical. So when eyes are narrow, either naturally or when someone is narrowing them, it means that either they're starting to hold their cards close to the vest, or they often do hold their cards a little closer to the vest, or that they're wondering if what they're hearing is trustworthy for them to, maybe they're not buying what you're talking about, or maybe they're unsure about your motives. And so in the moment when someone is making a face and what feature it affects, we can begin to understand what that means in terms of what they're thinking and what they're feeling emotionally about what the information they're taking in is. So whether it's you talking to them or someone else talking to them, that in that moment, because now we know that eyes are about openness to communication, open-heartedness, which implies trust, you can understand that that means some healthy skepticism, some potential for distrust, and then you can change what you're saying potentially to rally the conversation to make them open back up their eyes. Now that is if someone is narrowing their eyes and they're normally open. Now if someone has naturally narrowly held eyes, then they are going to have a pattern innately of being more skeptical, and so you will have to take some time to reach them. So just because someone has narrow eyes doesn't mean they're not good in relationship or they're not good at communicating at work. It just means that they take some more time. They need to really, really trust. They're not going to be the people who share their life story right at the beginning. It's going to take them some time to open up, but not that they never would. So again, that's a little bit more information about what eyes can tell you in the moment and from a habitual pattern and innate design place. So that is it for this Friday. We will continue next week with more on eyes. I will see you next Friday. Bye for now.